Hello everyone and welcome back to Brotato. I am Duke Silver. Today we're going to be checking out the Speedy potato in this Danger 5 run. So Speedy is a very fun potato, I would say. You get 30% extra speed, obviously going fast is a lot of fun, and you get +1 melee damage for every 2% speed you have. So you start off with +15, which is a really huge jumping off point for your melee damage. Yeah, that's going to allow you to do a lot of damage early. You have to be in constant motion though, because you do have -100 armor while standing still, so standing still is basically not an option, otherwise you're going to take a billion damage. And also you get -3 armor just in general, so you can climb out of the armor hole a little bit, but you generally want to just use your mobility and maybe focus on some other defensive stats. Just in case you do get caught standing still, then that armor that you've stacked generally does nothing, but it's still it is still an option. It's just a slightly less potent option, anyways. So for this run, we're going to be running the Shuriken. So Shuriken is a ranged weapon that does scale off melee damage. It scales off only 25% melee damage though, so you do have to have a pretty big investment. Like you can see, we only do 9 damage with the base Shuriken, with the 15 extra melee damage we do. And yeah, the ability of the Shuriken is it bounces up to 1 time on a critical hit for level 1, and you get more bounces as you upgrade the Shuriken. So yeah, we're going to be going with that. Again, we're going to be investing a ton in speed anyways, just to try and get our melee damage up, and I mean, going fast is fun, so we're going to see how fast we can go. And yeah, of course, it's going to be Danger 5, and here we go. So yeah, you can see with that extra speed boost, we're already moving around the map pretty quick. I mean, the footage is sped up, but if you've seen any of my other videos, you know that it's still going significantly faster than other potatoes. So yeah, what we want to focus on basically is, of course, stacking up speed. We want to be able to make use of these extra bounces as well. And since we need crit chance for that, so we're gonna want to get a bunch of crit chance, and in making use of these extra bounces, that's why I have the ugly tooth there locked, as we're gonna have extra projectiles flying around, and ugly tooth reduces the speed of whatever we hit, and that does count for our bounce projectiles as well. So that's going to go a long way in helping us control these waves. We keep it locked till wave 4 because of course we just want to spend this first couple shops just rolling for weapons while we have our guaranteed 2 weapons per shop. And normally I don't like leaving things locked while I'm rolling, as it takes up a spot in the shop and just lowers your opportunities to find things. But because, I mean, we're only looking for weapons, we're still seeing 2 in every shop. It's okay to do it for the first couple waves here anyways. Alright, now we pick up the tooth there, as well as another Shuriken. We only have 5 weapons at this point. Usually I would like to have 6 by now, but unfortunately we didn't get offered as many Shurikens as I would have liked. And you can see we do need to get these Shurikens upgraded, as the extra bounces go a long way to helping us clear waves. Like, we did a pretty good job there, but definitely could be better, especially with all this extra damage that we have already. And there we got our full suite of Shurikens now, and we've even got a couple upgraded going into wave 5 here. We picked up a little bit of extra melee damage and max health with the steroids there. Yeah, you can see our clear is already much better with these 2 upgraded Shurikens. Just getting those extra bounces matters a lot, and the fact that these Shurikens only scale with 25% melee damage, it means that we're gonna have to invest quite a bit to be able to actually like get our damage up to a reasonable level. We'll get another upgraded Shuriken and another upgraded Shuriken, so we got 5 upgraded Shurikens now on wave 6. So the kind of slow start to our weapons build is basically caught up now. Yeah, we don't really have much survivability right now. Like, at this point, we're just kind of relying on consumables and being able to move around the map quickly to get to them. But you can see that when we take damage, we do take quite a bit with that -3 armor. One thing that I noticed while playing this is like I've tried speedy runs early on when I was playing with just the keyboard, and like I found the controller works so much better with speedy, as you're able to change directions a lot easier without without risking stopping, as you're not hitting like multiple buttons at once to be changing directions and whatnot. So I think a controller for this potato in particular is such a huge quality of life improvement. We're able to knock down those big enemies relatively quickly. Maybe not as fast as I would like to. Like our damage is okay when we can focus on enemies, but we're not getting enough bounces really to be like clearing waves like really efficiently. All right, we get a decent little damage boost there with the wings that added a 10% extra speed, as well as some extra range. And we did pick up a piggy bank, which is going to be like our way of kind of econing. You'll see that I pick up piggy bank a lot in these runs. I think piggy bank is just a busted item. In general, like the amount of materials you can gain from them is just ends up being kind of absurd. Looking at lifesteal here, we get lifesteal off of our bounces, so getting a bit of lifesteal would increase our sustain here. End up not going with it though. Take a little bit of attack speed. There's a mastery, which we're pretty happy to take. It's just 6 melee damage. We lose range damage, but we don't care about that. Shurikens don't care about your range damage at all. Alright, we have the Horde Wave. Yeah, we're clearing the Horde Wave pretty efficiently here. You can see our crit chance is at a reasonable spot. As you can see, a lot of the numbers popping up are yellow, which are crit damage. But the numbers are pretty low. Again, we have to invest a lot for these shurikens to really scale in damage with only 25% scaling. So even with all this speed and the extra melee damage we've taken, we're still only critting for like 32. Oh, there's another free mastery. We'll take that, absolutely. There's an obliterator, which like is kind of tempting to audible into, but unfortunately we've already got a bunch of negative range damage, so not that appealing, I suppose. Also, like, I mean, Speedy just wants you to have melee weapons, or melee scaling weapons anyways, with the speed melee boost. Alright, so there's a pretty big difficulty jump between, I think the first like 10 waves are relatively easy, but once you get to wave 10 and 11, like the difficulty does jump up a little bit. As you'll see, we're starting to get swarmed a bit. Although we didn't spend a ton of materials last time because, I mean, we're trying to abuse our piggy bank here and get a ton of materials from that. Because it is very abusable, as I said, kind of broken. So if you can just like if you get a decent little investment and you last for a few waves, you can get a huge amount of materials. Again, you see, we're not rolling at all. We're just taking whatever's in our shop and then moving on and getting our piggy bank extra materials, which gives us 20% at the start of 20% of whatever materials we have at the start of the wave, just in case that wasn't clear, or you didn't know, I guess. All right, unfortunately, we take a pretty big hit there, so we have to kind of go into survival mode. We don't quite have the ability to focus down this elite. We do have the damage, I think, but we would need to be able to focus on it. So our clear just isn't good enough to be able to take on the elite as well as the wave. And things get pretty close there, but we do manage to survive. Take some percentage damage. Take one roll here, and there's a shuriken. We'll take another roll. Because we're like we things came pretty close. I think like generally when I'm playing with piggy bank, if a wave, if I come close to dying in a wave, I'll spend a little bit of extra materials just to make sure that I'm stronger for the next wave, rather than risk being weak for the following wave. Like, although it was an elite wave, so like there's an argument for that this wave would probably just be easier. So we could have maybe greeted the piggy bank materials a little bit more, but. We didn't end up spending a ton anyways. We're over 1,000 materials now anyhow. As you can see, our clears it's pretty decent. There's a bandana, which I think we are going to take. We've got some percentage damage to lose here. It's going to give us negative 10% damage, but it's going to make our shurikens pierce, which is just it's almost like another bounce basically. It is gonna increase our clear by a decent amount though, and we also get to pick up a tardigrade there, which is going to give us a one-time damage buffer. So the first time we take damage in each wave, it is going to get nullified, which for this kind of build is very, very effective, as we don't get hit a ton, but when we do get hit, we do take a lot of damage. It's especially good for high dodge builds. So if you have a lot of dodge, tardigrade becomes incredibly valuable, as you're not getting hit that often. So when you do get hit, taking away that first chunk of damage is a good way to increase your survivability by a lot there. Alright, we managed to bob and weave our way through that wave without taking much damage. Take a little extra crit chance just to increase the amount of crits we're getting. We're getting a fair amount, but we could always do better. And now we've got almost completely upgraded shurikens here. We're going to have 4 level 4 shurikens, and we've got a level 2 and a level 1 there. Baby with a beard would be really, really good with this build if we had range damage, but unfortunately, we've been taking negative range damage. I guess it's not that great with shurikens, just because in general you're stacking melee damage, and you have to stack a lot of it to get any amount of damage. So, I mean, just in general, Baby with a beard is incredible at increasing your wave clear. But unfortunately for us, it's not takeable here, even though it would be a very nice compliment. As you can see, our wave clear is improving with these upgraded weapons. We're able to kind of maneuver around the center of the map. That's how you know your damage is good and your clear is good enough. All right, another elite wave. I don't think we're going to be able to take down this elite either. Just like the amount of enemies that spawn with this elite in particular, because it spawns its own little army of enemies as well, makes it really, really hard to focus fire it down. So without like really good clear, it is a bit hard to get close to it. So you see, we do put a decent amount of damage onto it, but unfortunately we have to kind of break off into survival mode, as we took a decent hit and then needed to just clear enemies so we don't get overwhelmed. Continue upgrading our shurikens there. So yeah, now we only need 1 level 3 shuriken to finish our build here, to combine into a level 4. We're at 1300 materials right now, so we're basically living off the interest of our piggy bank, which is exactly where you want to be with piggy bank. This is a bit of I don't want to call it like a horde wave. It's like a semi-horde wave, I guess. Like there's a lot of like sort of medium armored enemies spawn in this wave, and yeah, we're clearing them out like with relative ease, anyways. Yeah, bandana adding piercing has really stepped up our clear as well. We're not going to take the vest. We do take a hunting trophy, which is going to increase our econ further. So hunting trophy says whenever you kill an enemy with a critical hit, you have a 33% chance to gain a material. So as you can see, we're doing a lot of crit damage, so most enemies will be killed with crits, which means we basically have a 33% chance to gain materials whenever we kill most enemies. All those yellow numbers again are crit damage. So again, we have a hard time focusing the elite. We have the damage if we could just focus it down, but unfortunately we're not able to. We took our hit there, as you saw the little nullified pop up as we took a hit there. That's our tardigrade getting used up. All right, we take 1 hit from a boss projectile and it almost kills us. So we really need to invest in some survivability from here. But we do manage to outweight the boss and get there. There's another tardigrade, which is a huge pickup for us. We get to take a power generator there, as well as a community support. Community support is an incredible item. It gives you -2 armor, but I mean, we already have negative armor anyways. Although more negative armor does mean more damage done to us, but it gives us +1 attack speed for every enemy that's alive on the map. And the power generator just gives us a percentage damage for every speed we have, so it's absolutely no-brainer of an item for us. It's just going to give us a huge chunk of damage. As you can see, our crit's now doing over 100. Alright, we kind of crushed that wave, so feeling pretty good. That power generator, I think, is just going to be the power spike we needed, I think. As I mean, things were getting pretty close. Like we're surviving waves and whatnot, but we could very easily have gotten overwhelmed. I was looking at taking that alien baby just because the extra health is good, but the extra enemy move speed is something that I don't really want to have to deal with, as it makes it easier to get overwhelmed, even if we are much faster than enemies still. The fact that they can kind of cut off your routes a lot easier with the extra speed makes it a pretty huge detriment to give enemies speed. Again, wave clear looking very, very good here as we zip around the map. Taking down even large enemies relatively easily. And we really need to spend all the rest of our materials now. We're hoping to find this last shuriken, but unfortunately we keep finding level 2 shurikens, which we can't really use. We need a level 3 to combine, or just a level 4 to straight up buy. But there is an exoskeleton, which is going to give us 5 extra armor as well as some extra speed. So we're not gonna pass that up. That's going to give us some defense as well as a little chunk of offense. And here we go. We get the boss fight. We weren't able to take down the elites, but the fact that so many fewer enemies spawn in these boss fights mean that like we have a decent chance of being able to take down the bosses though. Also, the power generator power spike has again significantly increased our damage. As you can see, like we've got the one boss down to less than half health already, like pretty quickly there. And now we can kind of focus our damage on this other enemy that has the spinning stick of projectiles, and we take it down. Again, as long as we're able to focus down the elites, then we do have the damage to take them down, and we take down the other boss, and that's the run. We get there. We take down the bosses after not being able to take down the elites, but again, power generator, just an incredible item. It's an item that I take pretty aggressively on most runs anyways. But yeah. There we go, Speedy with shurikens. Let me know what you thought of this. Let me know if you have any other fun Speedy builds that you've done, or maybe even have like one that you'd like to see me do. I have finished all the potatoes on Danger 5 now, so I'm kind of looking for maybe some challenge runs or even just like fun builds that people suggest to try out and maybe turn into videos. I'll probably try and upload each of the potatoes, the Danger 5 runs, just so I've got one on every one on YouTube, and then yeah, we'll see how it goes from there. But yeah, again, let me know if you enjoyed this. If you did, please leave a like and subscribe if you haven't already. Really helps the channel. I really appreciate it. We're very close to 500 subscribers, and I would very much appreciate any help you can give me in getting there. And once we get there, we'll have a community tab, and we can run polls and stuff. And yeah, I think it'll be a good positive thing, anyways. And then we start the trek to 1,000, of course, to hopefully get monetized. But yeah, again, I hope you all have a great rest of your day, and I will see you tomorrow.